And Amy, do you mind just saying your first and last name and a good title to use for you, if you don't mind?
Amy Hagins, social worker, pediatrics.
So Amy, I guess my first question is, I guess I kind of already know the answer, but if you kind of describe, is it normal to feel anxious about no longer wearing a mask or resuming previous social interactions before the pandemic?
Yes, it is so normal. We've gotten used to being in this bubble and being in our comfort zone. So asking us to do something that seems radically different after a year and a half it's very normal.
Is it possible that people may not even be aware that they are having feelings of mask anxiety?
Yes, I think we wouldn't think about it until we get out there and try to experience it, because we've never had this experience before. This is new for all of us. So I think when we get out and actually demask, get out in crowds again, go out and see family, it may take people by surprise. They may not understand it for some of those feelings and thoughts that they're having.
So then what are some signs that people maybe should be aware of if they are in fact feeling some anxiety?
People should always pay attention to their body when we're talking about anxiety. So your body will start to tell you, you may get short breath, you may have a rapid heartbeat, you may just feel different. So it's really important to be aware of that and to know that's your body's way of telling you, uh-oh, something's different.
So kind of rapid heart rate. I don't know if you get sweaty. I know I've struggled with just a minor anxiety before, but it comes in different ways for different people, right?
It sure does. I mean, sometimes it comes in as maybe you feel angry or antsy. And in kids, it comes in very differently too. Kids who would normally be very comfortable might get irritable. They might get cranky or whiny. So as parents, we have to kind of keep an eye out for that too, and in ourselves.
Yeah, I can't forget about the kiddos, because they've been right in the thick of this as well, with changes at school. If we're going from online to in person, missing out on interacting with their peers, right? And that's a lot of social learning development in itself.
Oh, it's huge. And I work with teenagers, 13 to 18 years old, and they have been through a very rough time. They just got back to school and started, socializing with their peers and getting back into the academic part. And now school's out again. So it's been a big struggle for them.
Quite the roller coaster for all of us. So how would you, mess this up here. So how would you suggest folks, or how can you manage the feelings of mask or just these new feelings of social anxiety?
I think the first thing we all need to do is take a deep breath and realize this is uncharted territory. And there may be some social pressure, especially this weekend with a big holiday where families get together and people go to the lake, and there's so much social interaction that's expected of us. Some people might not be ready for that. So you have to pay attention to what your mind and body are telling you. If this is your first time out since the pandemic, maybe you should start with some baby steps, like before you go to the big picnic, go out and take a walk, go to the grocery store and be around some people, and look for those signs that you're being overwhelmed. It can happen to all of us.
And it's not something that is going to go away quickly overnight, right?
It really doesn't. Some things that I've recommended kids do, because we've been in our comfortable cocoon, right? And it's hard to come out because we haven't had any challenges. We haven't had to initiate conversations. we've been in this nice little warm spot with our pets and our family, and it isn't going to go away. So it really is important to do a little bit at a time and see how you feel and check and make sure you're well rested, you're well hydrated, you have good nutrition going on, and that really helps your mental health.
That's some great advice. I was wondering if you could speak anecdotally, maybe just in general, how clients are feeling. Are you seeing a lot more people kind of feel this sense of mask anxiety or just social anxiety? What has that been like in your field?
Yeah, certainly we've seen a lot of social anxiety, especially in kids who had social anxiety really got some relief from this pandemic. They could go to school online and that was normal. They could interact online and that was normal. And that really helped them a lot. A lot of kids, their grades went up. For other kids, it was really devastating because being social is a huge piece of who a lot of us are. And so when you go from that to being, now I have to do everything through a camera, that can be very devastating and hard. There's not that human connection.